Today I'm doing a simple and classic Christmas card, and I'm using some cutting dies and some papers, and stay tuned for more. So today I'll be using the Vintage Christmas paper pack, and let's take a look at those papers really quick. And there's 6 designs, and these are not double-sided. As you can see, the back is white. There's the really pretty poinsettia corner. Then we have a very beautiful border here with some kind of handwriting and layered swirls there. All over red swirl. All over poinsettia over teal, the same on brown. And an all over kind of a dot pattern with some green dots. Okay, so that's the Vintage Christmas paper pack. Now I'm also going to be working with these Lacy Ornaments cutting dies. Comes with 4 dies here, as you can see, and I've got some samples of what they look like cut out right there. So very intricate dies, and there's also, I don't know if you can see this very well, but there's some little indentations in the design as well, and that's part of the cutting die. It kind of presses into the cardstock, so that's really neat. And some very sparkly gold holographic sparkles paper. This is a 12 by 12 sheet, and it's a pretty thick cardstock. Alright, with that, let's get started. Okay, so I'm starting with my Epic 6 die cut machine. You may have a different machine than me, but you'll still be able to cut out these dies. So I've got the Epic 6, this is the cutting platform and the cutting mat. So this is the kind of sandwich that goes into the machine. So I've cut out a piece of the gold sparkles holographic paper to the size of this die, and I want the die to be placed blades facing up and then the sparkles facing down, just like that. Place my cutting mat on the top and we'll roll it through. You might have to experiment a little to see how much shims that you need to add to cut all the way through the die with all the detail and everything. And I'm just going to run it through regular and see how this turns out. Alright, so that's popping out nicely. Let's see about the details. So it looks like it's sticking just a little bit, but not too bad. I might add maybe maybe a metal shim to really make it easy to remove these innies. However, everything is cut all the way through, so I am able to clean that out pretty easily. Okay, so I want to back this with this red paper, so I'm going to put a little bit of some tacky glue on the back, just kind of lining the edges with a very thin line. Okay, and then just carefully flip it over. Just stick it down. Alright, now I can just go ahead with my scissors and trim along the outer line. So here I have covered my blank white card with this border paper all across the bottom. And now I'm just going to ink the edges with some Timber Brown Stays-On using this cosmetic sponge right here. So just dabbing it on the ink. You can use the ink pad straight to the paper. It just gives a little bit thinner line of ink. And I kind of like the soft look that this sponge creates, and that's why I always like to use the cosmetic sponge. So now I'm going to set this aside, and I'm coming back to this die cut right here, and what I'm going to do is snip some of the inner lines so that I have a space on the inside of this ornament to stamp a greeting. Alright, so now I have my blank ornament here, and I want to make a shape for the stamp to go on. So I'm just simply going to take this and my red paper, turn both over, and I'm going to take a pencil and trace this inner shape here, or I guess outer shape would be better. Trace the outer shape and then cut just inside the line, and then I will stamp and emboss my greeting, which is going to be Merry Christmas from this Naughty and Nice stamp set. I'll stamp and emboss that in gold, and I'll glue this ornament shaped frame around my greeting. So now I have my greeting, and I've embossed that with some gold glitter embossing powder so it's nice and shiny just like the holographic paper. So I'm going to piece together my card. I have a strip, this is a 1/2-inch strip of that brown poinsettia paper, and I matted it on the holographic paper just with a very narrow border, just so you can get a hint of glimmer. And I'm just going to glue that right along the bottom just to break up the design a little bit. And for the ornaments, I'm going to arrange them kind of in a stair-step fashion, like so. I'll be foam taping and adding ribbon and adding a few other things, and I will be right back when I'm done. So here is my finished card. And I just cut thin strips of that gold holographic sparkles paper to act as the hanging strings for the ornaments. And I just used a couple of ribbons from the vintage Christmas ribbon set, which is right here. And that's also available on paperwishes.com. So the ornaments are kind of in a stair-step pattern. I've got the gold strewn throughout the card. Down here on this little border piece here on the strings, and of course the ornaments themselves, and in the center with the embossed greeting. So I'm keeping it simple today with a classic green, red, and gold card. And I hope you all enjoyed, so please stay tuned for this week's bundle. Thanks for watching. In the bundle you will receive these Lacy Ornaments cutting dies, and there are 4 of them, as you can see, and here are all of them cut out. There's 3 different ornaments and then just a little bunch of holly there. Really pretty and really really detailed. So that's the cutting dies. A sheet of this 12 by 12 gold holographic sparkles paper, and this is actually quite a thick cardstock, so you could call it paper, you could call it cardstock, but it is a really nice heavy weight, perfect for cutting out some detailed cutting dies. And a vintage Christmas paper pack, and this is 12 sheets of paper, 6 sheets of each design, or 2 sheets each of 6 designs. I get that right. And then we also have on the package some project ideas. So we've got a scrapbook page, very cute there, and the card here. On the back of the package, a whole scrapbook spread, and it shows a really beautiful use of the different papers in the pack, which are also pictured here, as well as some other products that might match. So those are the 3 items in today's bundle. Thank you so much for watching, and please join me again next week.